Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Now this is one that I was gonna do this video in about mid-December, right? Like right around when the free-to-play movie characters first dropped. Along with them came the movie hero category, so I was like, wait a minute. We're probably about to get a real movie hero category leader, so let me actually just wait. I'll put this video off till we actually get, whoever ends up being the movie hero category, and then I'll sort of rank all the categories in order, right? Well, it kind of slipped my mind for a while. Really, I should have did this along with that kind of year-end series I did where I could have done top 10 categories, but alas, here we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the categories in Dokkan. I'm going to move very quickly through a lot of them because there's so many, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at like the Namekian category or something like that. I'm just going to say, all right, here's the Namekian category. They ain't got no characters, moving on, pretty much like that. So the criteria I'm ranking these units on is, number one, how good is the leader skill itself? So, spoiler alert, Hit, his, Universal Survival Arc and Universe 6 leader skill is damn near the best in the game. It's right up there with Gogeta Blue and Broly as pretty much the best leader skill in the game. So I have the Universal Survival Arc Saga and Universe 6 rated very, very highly because it's such a strong leader skill. Two, the second criteria, how strong the actual leader card is. So, we look at Gogeta Blue's Movie Hero Infusion team. Gogeta Blue, I feel, is the best TUR in the game. So outside of an LR category leader, which I believe there's only one, off the top of my head, well, Representatives Universe 7 is only like proper category team that's only run by an LR, right? So really, the only leader better than Gogeta Blue is, LR Goku and Frieza. So that would cause me to rate the movie boss and fusion or movie hero and fusion team very highly. And then the third thing I'm looking at is how big the category is. Like, how many options are available to be used. So this is something that would hurt the most malevolent clan, the, Frieza Race clan, the EGL Metal Cooler team. They have a very limited pool, and it's pretty much just Dokkan Fest exclusive. So, you have to have been summoning a lot on Dokkan Fest exclusive banners to run those teams properly. Alright, so let's just go ahead and move through. We're going to go through every category on both Global and JP. We're not going to skip any. Worst category in the game, the Namekian, there's just nothing here. It's just bare bones. There's nothing. We're not spending time in that. Low-class warrior right here. Raditz is a horrible leader. It's gotten a little better with like Turles, Great Ape Tora, and LR Bardock, but this is still a fodder category. Really, it's dumb. They need I don't understand why Kaioken Gokus are not on here, because Kaioken Goku fights Vegeta on Earth, and Vegeta every 2 seconds is saying low-class scum, low-class warrior, your low-class ass can't stand up to me, the Prince of Saiyans. Vegeta's saying this every 2 seconds, and all of us, that character's not on the low-class warrior category. Please, Bandai, Akatsuki, make me understand that. Then we move on to the World Tournament category. They get big-time negative points because their leader, Jackie Chun, is a damn World Tournament banner card, which they're very difficult to get. You only have limited summons on those. Plus, the category is not really incredible anyway. Best unit on the category for sure is LR Goten and Trunks. Moving on, we have the Seekers of the Dragon Ball category. I'm very nervous about this category because it's going to be very difficult for this category to improve. Only really like Demon King Piccolos or, Kid Gokus that are like Dokkan Fest level or LR level could really improve this category a lot. The leader, SLR Kid Goku, he's also a bit of a mystery. We don't know exactly what his LR will be, so, hard to say. Moving on, we have the Peppy Gallus team. Peppy Gallus team has gotten some big-time buffs. This Ribrianne is pretty good. This Ribrianne's pretty good. They've got Caulifla. They have Kefla. They have some pretty good, interesting cards on here. This Tech Tournament of Power Android 18, very, very good. But, it's the best leader for this team is still this Int Ribrianne, who's getting 100% and 3 key, not a proper category leader skill buff. We got the Ginyu Force team here. Honestly, looking at, just right here, looking at it now, I should have put the Peppy Gallus in front of the Ginyu Force team, so just pretend that I did. The Ginyu Force team is fine. It's very nice for free-to-play players, but the Peppy Gallus team could clear events that the Ginyu Force team cannot. like Super 17. Well, the Ginyu Force team can clear it, but it's going to take you a long ass time. You need Dokkan attacks. The combination category. Now, people get seduced by this. They look, oh my god, all these LRs, incredible. But like, you know, it's a lot of these LRs don't really mix that well. So it actually is harder to build the team than you think. Now, we do have a significant buff they just got with this Broly and Paragus unit, who is a combination category support unit, right? So he's going to give 2 key and 40% attack and defense. That's a big deal. If this category would get a proper leader, like, I don't know, let's say the 4-year anniversary card is a combination category leader skill that's proper, like 150%, this would jump up to maybe, you know, maybe the best team in the game. So, be very interesting to see. But right now, you know, LR Yamcha is not really too impressive. Just a World Turn Reward card. Can be difficult to acquire for a lot of people. Not really too big of a fan of that. Then we got the Planet Namek Saga. I think this is the highest rated one. Yeah, okay. This is the highest rated sort of free-to-play, non-official category we got on here. Because, you know, Kid Gohan is very powerful. You got the Piccolo on here. You know, you got LR Frieza, who's actually quite good for a free-to-play LR. Physical LR Ginyu Force. Then, of course, this Frieza and this Kaioken Goku. Not a terrible team at all. But, you know, we still need a proper leader skill for it to kind of reach its full power, right? So, we're going to keep the Planet Namek Saga team down right around here. Although, if they gave us a transforming, like, base form Goku and a Super Saiyan Goku as, like, a Namek category leaders, like, team, that would be very, very exciting. We have the Giant team. Now, the Giant team has actually been buffed quite a lot. Number one, just by updates to the game. You know, Giants are now capable of doing additionals, crits, all that types of stuff. AGL Metal Cooler was added to the team. He's definitely the best unit on the team. He's one of the best units in the game, really. You got Tapion here. Lord Slug was added to the team. He's good. Great Ape Tora. So this team definitely got better. It still needs more, though. We still need some better units to be added. You know, they would need like 2 more units of Metal Cooler's caliber or level, and then they would really be a respected team, in my opinion. All right, moving on, we have the Majin Buu Arc team. The Buu Arc team is nice in that there's 1,000 characters here, right? I think the Buu Arc team is the second largest team in the game. I think so. So that's good, right? That's really good. The problem is Vegito's leader skill is not great. 130% attack is not what you're looking for. Plus, he is only prepare for battle, really, as a Lynx. So it's difficult when you have so many Over and a Flash units, Majin Buu units who don't have key links at all. You got Ultimate Gohan units that have shocking speed. So it just creates a situation where it's very difficult for this team to mesh cohesively. Like, you need, like, support units and other things. We need a better leader for this team. In the future, we'll see, but for now, Majin Buu Arc is kind of a throwaway team, in my opinion. Same thing on the Hybrid Saiyan team. I do think the Hybrid Saiyan team works a lot better than the Buu Arc team because Ultimate Gohan has shocking speed with LR Trunks and Goten, LR Gohan, LR Trunks. So, you know, the 3 best units on the team do share a key link with the leader of the team, which is really good. But they have that same problem. 130% attack buff, it's a real issue. The only team really that I rate kind of highly that is a 130% attack buff team is the Pure Saiyan team, but that's just because you literally have such a large cast of characters and that are so good that could do everything: support, strength, summonable LRs, free-to-play LRs, like any conceivable thing you could think of, the Pure Saiyan category has, so I gave them like extra points for that. Excuse me. Alright, next we have the Future Saga team. I might have this team rated higher because this is a 170% attack buff team, but Int Goku Black, his leader skill, the Time Traveler category, is like everything. Basically, it has every unit on the Time Traveler category outside of Future Gohan himself, and then Future Android 18 and Future Android 17. Outside of that, the category is exactly the same on the Time Traveler team, except they have a lot more better units that can be used on the team as well. So that kind of fodderizes the Future category, in my opinion. I don't know, the Future category would need to be mixed. Oh, you know what? They could mix it with Realm of Gods, huh? Like, we really could see some leader from the Future Trunks arc, maybe like a blue Goku and Vegeta, or another blue Vegito or something. Oh, maybe a transforming Vegito, right? Who could be Future and Realm of Gods. That would be very interesting. But for now, future kind of fodder throwaway. Next, we have the enhanced transformation. Now, this category, I've actually got kind of low here, but really, after this, we start moving into really good stuff. This category has a very good selection of characters. As you guys can see, these three beasts over here. You have Int Goku Black, you have Broly, you have Android 21. Like, all of the transformation characters are on this category, which really makes it interesting. Every mid-battle transformation character gets added to the enhanced transformation team. LR Gogeta and Vegito did not because they're fusions, not transformations, right? And then Turles did not because that's really just like a power buff from the Fruit of the Tree of Might and not an actual transformation. But really, this team gets negative points because of Boo. Boo does not fit here at all, especially with the teams you're going to want to build. Like, building a rotation of LR Gogeta plus Broly, and then the other rotation would be like, Blue Vegeta plus UI Goku. Boo doesn't work there at all. So that's why this team kind of down towards the bottom. The Android team, the negative for the Android team is that they need a bigger cast of characters, and specifically, they need more, like, powerful LRs. Like, sometimes people get kind of confused when I say something like that. Like, I remember I said that about the Most Malevolent Clan team before, how they don't have a summonable LR, which hurts them. People are like, no. Yeah, because all of the best units in the game are summonable LRs. That's just, like, a fact. Like, LR Physical Trunks may be the worst summonable LR in the game or whatever, right? But he's still better than, like, every other unit in the game. Like, that's just the way that works. He's just the worst of the best units in the game. So these teams that have 1 or 0 summonable LRs, that hurts their damage output more than anything. The Android team is just not capable of dealing damage like other teams. It is immortal. You have infinite defense, pretty much healing all over the place. So I do love the team, and it's got a 170% attack buff leader skill, but like we really need like some other like, LR in here. Like I don't really know what they would do. Cause like even like an LR Universe 7 probably would not be on the Android category, right? Like if it was like all of Universe 7 participants. So who knows what LR they could do eventually to buff this category up a little bit, but it definitely needs to be strengthened quite a bit. Here we have the Shadow Dragon Arc team. Now this, I feel like you probably could move this up a lot, but the team is so limited. It's just, you really only have a handful of characters to use. Omega, the 3 Super Saiyan 4s, and then after that, it's just a huge drop-off. So, eventually, they're going to add to this, right? They're going to give, summonable LRs. There's no LRs in this category right now. Eventually, we're going to get an LR of these Super Saiyan 4s. The Shenrons are going to get better cards and fucking rares. And this category is going to shoot way up. But right now, it's just so limited that I've got it down here. It's still doing good for, one of the 2 original categories, though, by the way. Next, we have the Super Saiyan 3 team. I do have this one, I don't know, kind of low, but all these teams are start to get pretty close around here. The category is sort of limited, right? There's not that many options. Really, this team is it's not tanky at all. This team will really rack up damage quickly. One reason for that is they only have a 130% HP buff. So oftentimes this team will only be hovering around maybe 400,000 health, when many of these other teams we're looking at are well above 500,000 health. Super Saiyan 3 team is good, but there are better teams out there. Now we look at the Revived Warrior team. Revived Warrior team is just very, very good. The only negative really is that Angel Golden Frieza does slightly lower super class allies attack, but it doesn't really create too much of an issue. Usually you are able to build pretty solid rotations that work. LR Majin Vegeta is one of the quickest and hardest hitting LRs. Just flicks his wrist and does 5 million damage. So that's very helpful. You got Physical Kid Buu, who is, maybe the best support unit in the game. You have a lot of other strong options here. LR Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Tech Goku. Just a very good team. And it also has that 170% attack buff, which is very, very helpful. Okay, so we're closing in on the top 10 here. Top 10, but we'll get there in a second. So next we have the Pure Saiyan team, right? The Pure Saiyan team, the leader skill is not great, only a 130% buff. Blue Vegeta, He only has Prepare for Battle and Tournament of Power, so he doesn't work the best with Shocking Speed or Overnight Flash units. But the roster size here, this is the biggest category in the game. You can build whatever team you want to, and it's going to work. Because, you have things like Turles. You also have, Broly and Paragus, so you can have two, attack and defense 40%. Well, Turles doesn't give 40% defense, but Broly and Paragus do. So you'd have two 40% attack support type units, giving key, all these Dokkan Fest exclusives. You had Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Blue Vegeta himself, the Super Saiyan 4s, this new Extreme Z-Wake and Broly. You just have so many options that this team just has to be respected. I wonder what they're going to do with this team. Eventually, we're going to get a better leader skill. How good is it going to make this team, though? We will see. Then next, we have the Time Traveler team. Now, I am a huge fan of this team. I do think Goku Black is the most overrated unit in the game. I would say that with confidence. He's the most overrated unit in the game. However, I love his team, and Goku Black works very, very well on this team as the leader. This isn't a Super Buu situation where Super Buu just does not fit on at all. Goku Black works very well here, so this team is very good. You have a lot of powerful summonable LRs, LR Goku Black, LR Bojack, LR Trunks, LR Cell, all incredibly strong. Of course, you have units like Vegito Blues, you got Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, you have all of the Heroes units, Rose. The hero units are very, very powerful now too, by the way. The Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Supreme Opie of Time over here. Like, the Heroes units add a lot to this team. That's why I really hope they come to Global, because this team is not complete without all of the hero units, especially the Supreme Kai of Time. She is just essential for this team. So I really hope those units are added when, Goku Black is added to Global. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Next, we have the Most Malevolent Clan team. Now, the problem with this team is twofold. There's just a limited roster, and there's no summonable LRs. Outside of that, this team is a nightmare. Cooler gives 170% across the board. That is very rare. There's only a few leader skills that are like that. Cooler's team is like that. LR Goku and Frieza's team is like that. Usually they do that with very limited rosters. These units are incredibly powerful. Transforming Frieza, Metal Cooler, Golden Frieza, another Golden Frieza, this Frieza. This team is just incredibly powerful. If they add summonable LRs here, like if we get a summonable LR Golden Frieza, or like a summonable LR Mecha Frieza and King Cold, things like that, this team would probably jump way up. It's already incredibly powerful. If they just had the power of a summonable LR, this category would be redonkulous. Next, okay, so now we're getting into the dual category leader skills. What I decided to do is I paired them together, right? So this essentially, the Universal Survival Saga and Universe 6 are in the same slot. The optimal team, the optimal Universal Survival Arc team, I believe, is led with a double hit lead. So, like these teams, you can't really split these up anymore. And then the next one we have is Movie Bosses and Full Power. These teams are just combined now. Maybe in the future when there's dual category leads of all types, just mixing everything up, then we could, kind of focus on the categories individually again. But as of right now, I think judging, a category like Universe 6, we have to judge it alongside the Universal Survival Saga. We just have to, because that's the way the team is going to be built. Now, the Universe 6 category itself, again, is pretty limited. Not really the greatest. Hit himself is amazing. Champa is good for any unit in this category. Caulifla's solid. Kabe is solid. Kefla's really good, but that's about it. But, they get the additional buff from hits. The 170% to HP attack and defense, which is very, very good. And then 150% to the Universal Survival Arc units over here. So, LR Goku and Frieza, Jiren, Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, Android 17. All in all, you're able to create a very, very vicious team. The Universal Survival Arc team, I could eventually see this being the best team in the game. as soon, LR UI Goku, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, LR Jiren. When things like that are added to this, again, very well could become the best team in the game. So keep an eye on this one. For now, it's sort of down here, but we'll see what happens later on. Now, the Movie Boss and Full Power team. This team, I don't know, I feel like maybe I do need to try more variations of this team. I have used it quite a bit. It's good, but I have been very surprised to find out, like, again, just using the teams. This is me. I'm not looking at, what the cards do. I'm not analyzing it any deeper than just this right here. I use the Gogeta Blue team and I use the Broly team. The Gogeta Blue team is more fun and it's faster than the Full Power and Movie Boss team. On paper, to me, the Full Power and Movie Boss team should be better. But upon using them, the Movie Hero and Fusion team feels way better to me. So that's why I have Movie Bosses and Full Power a little lower here. I mean, this is still the best categories in the game, right? Here's the thing, though. The rosters combined for these two categories is it's insanity, right? It's pure insanity. You have really a lot of the best units in the game combined from these two categories here. I'm sure there's definitely formations for the team that will work very good. It's just one thing that makes this team run kind of slow. Broly himself actually does, he just does not hit like Gogeta until after he transforms. After Broly transforms, it's a completely different story. But before he transforms, he does hit kind of light, on account of that supreme damage that he deals. I'm not really, trying to slander Broly here, but I'm just pointing out the difference between this team and teams I have in front of it, like the Realm of Gods team. Again, the Realm of Gods team is just a team that just continues to, blow me away. This team is just absolutely incredible. You have all these units, UI Goku, LR Goku Black, the Rose units. The Beerus rotation is very, very formidable now. You really could run that. They added Blue Gogeta to the team. It's just, the Realm of Gods team is just absolutely amazing in every way. We'll see what happens if this gets a dual category leader skill, or, if this gets another summonable LR UI Goku, LR Blue Evolution Vegeta. We'll see what happens, but I love that Realm of Gods team. Next, Representatives Universe 7. Only reason I have this so low is just because this is only the Shadow Dragon arc category is really smaller than this. This might actually be smaller than the Shadow Dragon team. It's right there, right? They have similar sizes. The only thing is that I consider LR Goku and Frieza the best unit in the game. So you have a double LR Goku and Frieza team. There is no team that outputs as much damage as Representatives Universe team, and it's not even close. No team can do as much damage as LR Goku and Frieza. They also give a buff to Tech type units, so you're very easily able to slide Tech Tien, the support unit, on here, and then you have a rotation of Android 17 and LR Goku and Frieza, and Tech Tien and LR Goku and Frieza, and you whip events ass. It's just as simple as that. Again, we'll see what happens when more units are added here. This team could become even better. Next, we have the Fusion and Movie Hero categories. Of course, they're combined into one under Blue Gogeta's leader skill. I feel as though Blue Gogeta is the best TUR in the game. His team just whips events. It moves so fast. The team works a lot better than I thought it would. But it's just you run Blue Gogeta, you have SCR EZA Gogeta or Int Gogeta, you got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you got LR Gogeta, and everything is dead after that. Half of these units are effective against all types. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has the counter. LR Gogeta is just a ridiculous offensive and defensive unit that very easily can get their 18 key super every single turn because of the fact that you have units like the Tech Super Saiyan God Goku, who creates rainbow orbs around, Tapion creates rainbow orbs, or even the Int Gotenks and Ghost is able to create rainbow orbs. So you just have so many ridiculous options to run on this team. I love it. Right now, this, I would say, is my favorite team to run. And then in the number one spot, I do have Potara. I don't know. Potara is not really fun. I don't have as much fun when I run Potara. But, I can't, discount that it's just, it's just pretty much, the best. You just can't take damage. You have the LR Goku Black family, which just heals like crazy. if you would ever fall below health, you would get the fusion of LR Vegito. It's just, all of these units work really well together. Only thing I'll say is Tech Vegito Blue I do not like on this team. I usually run LR Vegito Blue over him, but still, it's just, Potara is ridiculous. I mean, the Potara team, the Movie Hero Infusion team, Representative Universe 7, and Realm of Gods, I kind of feel like these teams are almost pretty much tied. Like, they're all right there. I do kind of feel like the Full Power and Movie Boss team might be a little bit lower, but that's mainly just because they're not really, it doesn't feel like they're able to output as much damage as these other teams. But there we go, guys. There is kind of the, I don't know, I guess I'll call this a tier list of all of the categories, which ones feel the best, which ones feel not the best. Again, like any of these lists, this is something that's going to be vastly different in the future, right? I'm sure 6 months down the line, this is going to be completely different as we have a lot more dual category leader skills. But thanks for watching for today, and I'll catch you guys next time.